Hey guys, how is it going? And welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be taking a page out of Brandon James Greer's book. He's a pretty big YouTuber and an amazing one at that in the pixel art community. And last week he made a super nice video on using the Shovel Knight style to create his own original character with it. And I thought that that was a super unique and cool idea, so I'm just gonna yoink it from him and take it as my own. But once you're done with this, you can go take a look at the video. It's super nice. But yes, in today's video, I'm going to be using the Shovel Knight style to create my own esque character. So, to start things off, if you just saw on the side there, I have the Shovel Knight sprite as well as the line work of the Shovel Knight sprite, just like Brandon James Greer used, so that I could get a better feel for how the line work is used and how the colors are used in the sprite itself. First off, I just wanted to make my knight some unique from the other ones. Shovel Knight, as stated in Brandon's video, uses a sort of Boba Fett style T-shaped slit helmet, and Brandon used a visor like you would see on some knights, and this one I used a similar visor, except I put it over the mouth area, so it would be like a cover guard, as well as two little slits for the eyes, and so that's kind of the knight kind of style I was going for. And the thing that I actually found really funny was that Shovel Knight uses a shovel, you know, you dig up stuff, and then Brandon used a lance that was actually a drill, so you know, you have a lot of excavation in these knights. So I was like, okay, well, the next logical step is for a pickaxe. So I had the genius idea of giving him a pickaxe. Now, obviously, it's going by pretty fast, but I've just completed, well, sort of completed the line work of the character. And one thing that you will notice with the Shovel Knight sprites is that they use a lot of black when they're shading, using the line work as it's shading, as you can see on the horns and under the helmet. I tried to encapsulate that in my design and how I did that, and I think it did a pretty decent job of it. The only thing that I'd probably go back and change is that I think that my pick knight, as you might call him, is a little too similar to Shovel Knight. I didn't model him exactly after it, but I did sort of. And here I'm just experimenting with the colors now that I have the line work done. First I'm just using the Shovel Knight colors, although I do eventually change it from the Shovel Knight colors. In this moment, I'm just using them as a base to kind of get the shading right and in the Shovel Knight-esque style. I wanted to keep it in that, like I said, the Shovel Knight style, using black and white as the primary line work color and the highlight color with the black and white, and then using a base color and then an accent color as the blue, the shaded blue, and then the accent color of the orange. So, and then here I'm just experimenting with different colors. So obviously the first one I made was with the original Shovel Knight colors, but then I tried some red and green, trying to use some complementary colors, but then I ended up just going for a generic knight with a silver and red look to it. And finally, with the change, I just changed up the colors a bit into more closely fit with what I wanted it to look like. I did it on actually taking the black out of the line work and instead making it a darkish purplish blue, and so it's not exactly Shovel Knight style, but I think it looks good that way either way. And then here I'm just making a simple walk animation. Brandon James Greer, he made a 4-frame walk animation with 2 of the same frames in between, and I kind of wanted to, since this video is modeled after his video and I wanted to give a tribute to him, I thought I'd kind of do some similar things. So in this I'm just making the same kind of walking animation. Just kind of doing the legs and arm first, and then kind of going back with some details like a bobbing head, feather, and pickaxe. So I'm just kind of getting that right here, and then making the pickaxe go up and down as well, as I'll do in a minute. Just kind of doing the feather real quick, just to give it some more life and movement in the walking, and not just have him be a little bit static. Because the one arm, the right arm, is just holding the pickaxe, so it obviously couldn't be moving back and forth, but I thought I could bob up and down with his head to kind of give it that little extra bit of movement that I thought looked nice. And one of the final things that Brandon actually did in his video is he made a character portrait, which I thought was like really cool, and I thought that it would be really cool if I did it. So here I'm just making a character portrait for my knight. I've dubbed him Pick Knight. It's not as clever as Sir Lancelot as his video, but I think it still fits in with the character, with all the different knights in Shovel Knight, like Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and Shovel Knight and King Knight, like all of them. So I thought it fit in with that sort of knight naming theme. So I just named it Pick Knight, and as he says in his video, I tried to use the same colors as the sprite in the portrait to kind of give it that sense of continuity, starting with the base color and then using the outline color as sort of a, primary shading, and then going back in with some actual shading colors and the highlights to give it that bit of extra depth and three-dimensionality to it instead of looking like a flat character, because that's actually what a lot of the Shovel Knight's portraits did. And then finally, I wanted to add in the pick to kind of give him his primary weapon of choice. It didn't really turn out the best, and I might have kind of shifted him over and added the pick so it's more visible. It's not super visible in the final sprite, but I think it worked fine in the end. You could still tell, if you knew it was a pick, you could still tell that it was one. But yeah, so that's how the portrait went. I think it went pretty smoothly, and then I just used the dark gray as a shading for the red feather and pickaxe as well. And then finally, I just put everything together in a final level sprite sheet as character sheet as Brandon James Greer did. Not as detailed as him. I didn't do an attack because I was lazy and didn't feel like doing one. But I think it turned out pretty well, and this was super fun, and I'm really glad that I did this. And yeah, once you're done with this, you can definitely go watch his video. It's way better than this one, and it kind of goes over all the stuff that I was doing. And anyway, that's gonna be it for now, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you, everyone.